It was 2021 when I uploaded my first self-improvement YouTube video. I was sitting literally in the room next to this one. I would sit on the floor, lock up the door because I didn't want anyone to hear me, and I would speak about how to meditate, how to freaking improve your mental health, and I would even freaking speak about fashion, bro. And to be in all honesty, the moment I started it, I never thought I would take it as seriously as I do now. I remember this one time in 11th grade, there was this moment, I don't know, it was during a free period where the teacher was absent and everyone was speaking about, the university stuff, and literally out of nowhere. And this one girl was speaking about GPA, and I was like, what the freaking heck is a GPA? I was that lost. Like, I didn't know what the heck I wanted to do for my career. I didn't know what I was good at, what I wanted to do, what I liked to do. I was just lost, bro. And when you're lost about something, to sit in front of people who are speaking about it and seem so knowledgeable about it, it's a feeling that you don't want to experience. Sometimes I wonder why doesn't everyone start a YouTube channel? Why wouldn't you start a YouTube channel, man? Because the truth is, when you're on self-improvement, it's almost like you're directly correlated to having a huge influence on a huge audience. And you might be thinking, how that's possible, but just think about it for a second. When you start literally maybe 2-3 months into your self-improvement journey, I'm sure if you ask yourself, you would have realized that you almost subconsciously start to feel different compared to everyone else, not just in the habits that you do, because that's a given. That's obviously you're doing different things compared to everyone else, but your thoughts, your emotions, the way you just your body language when you speak to these people, all these little things start to change compared to everyone else. You start working out, you start meditating, you start journaling, you start doing all these things that the average person does not do, and that inevitably transforms you to become a person that could potentially have a huge influence on the average person. Because just think of it for a second, people who have a huge following, a huge influence, and I'm not talking about the random freaking gay TikToker you see on whatever, we're not with a ton of followers, we're not talking about them. We're talking about guys, who have huge influences, like people who actually like you are inspired by, people like Andrew Tate, people like freaking Cristiano Ronaldo, and that's just some vague examples. There's obviously so many more, but when these people, they give you influence because they have done something that the average person does not do clearly. And when the average person watches them, you're just scrolling on Facebook and you see that post, that motivational post by Cristiano Ronaldo, you get motivated by it. You get motivated, you're influenced by that person's speech or whatever he says or whatever she says. I was recently talking to my mom a couple days back on basically whatever you think in your head, that is what will eventually come out to happen in your life. And she, for a second, she was thinking back to every single thing that happened in her life, and that was the truth. The truth. That was the truth. When she actually thought about it, it's like whatever she thought in her head or kept manifesting in her head is what actually ended up happening in real life. And this has happened to me many times in life, over the last couple of years, when I speak to some people, the most random people, and it's like without even trying, they will be like, damn, that's interesting. It's like you're not even trying to sound interesting, but just because you're so different, you will have an influence on these people. They will look at you in a different way. If you guys don't know, when you start reading self-improvement books, there's this often quote that goes, when you start reading these books, that you become the most interesting person in the room. You become the most knowledgeable person in the room. And that's not a lie. And that doesn't just correlate to reading books, obviously, get my point. And I think this is also why a lot of self-improvement people, eventually it's like almost inevitable that they become successful on YouTube, because you are different to everyone else. So when someone watches your video, you actually have an influence on them. You are changing their life. This video right now could potentially change someone else's life. Ooh, damn, bro. Something freaking itches me on my back. So I ask you again, why haven't you started a YouTube channel? And just think of the influence that you could have on people. Bro, listen to me, you're different from everyone else. You know that. And when you are, it's inevitable that you will have a great chance of influencing a lot of people. So why haven't you started? Is it because you fear of speaking on camera? Well, what are those people gonna say about me? I don't look good, I don't freaking speak good. They're gonna say something about my eyebrows. Come on, bro. Come on. So, yeah.